Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for coming back. Today we're going to be discussing three types of bluegill rods and reels. Two of them are rod and reel combos, and one of them is old school. So stick around and let's get down to it. Back, everybody. Today we're going to be discussing the different types of fishing rods and reels. I'm only going to be sharing two, maybe three here on the channel. We're not. I'm making this for beginners, okay? So keep in mind, if y'all are already been fishing for a couple years or 10, 20 years, that's fine. That's okay. I've been fishing since I was about 7 or 8. I'm still learning as I go with stuff. So let's talk about the two different types of fishing rods and reels I would suggest to a beginner, where to buy it, and how much to spend. Okay, we're going to start off first with this rod and reel here. This is a spinning rod and reel. It is a $9 rod and reel combo at Walmart. It's $9 here where I'm at. It may be different from your location. It's just a simple, cheap rod and reel. You can go out, beat to death. If you lose it, no big deal. If you break it, no big deal. If someone steals it, no big deal. But 9 times out of 10, nobody's going to really be trying to steal. They're not really going to be trying to swipe your Zepco slingshot spinning rod and reel. I suggest this rod and reel for beginners if you're wanting to get into a spinning rod combo. Typically, an action you would be looking for is a light to light action. Rod length, these vary. Sometimes I have seen a very few that have come out with 7 foot on these rods. So typically they're 5'9", 5'6", and up to 7 foot. Light to light action. Very rare do you see 2 or 3 different options in that brand name with the combo. Now you can buy that combo and then look on the shelf and find you a different rod out or different type of rod. My favorite personal is ugly sticks. You cannot beat an ugly stick, but we're not going there right now. This is about budget friendly rod and reel setups that will work right off the shelf and guarantee to catch you fish and have fun. Okay, so back to the combo. Now when you buy that combo, um, get you some line. Get you some Tri-Link XL 4-pound line. I prefer 4 pounds. Some people prefer 6 pound, 8 pounds. Some prefer braid, but I'm only going to tell y'all about the mono. Try the mono film at first. Check the box out. The box will tell you if it's right for your type of reel setup and your type of fishing. Because certain lines will twist. Depending on certain mono films, a certain line are made for certain. Not all of them, but Charlene tries that. They give you a little. I'll put a little picture up here, and they try to help us anglers out on picking out a good line for the rod and roll and type of setup we're doing. But yeah, the Zepco slingshots at Walmart for $9, man, you can't really go wrong. I've caught 17-pound flathead on one. I've caught numerous 7 to 8 pound channel cats up there at Ren Lake of Illinois on them. 4 pound line. We was up there. We couldn't keep the catfish off our poles. We was up there crappie fishing, trying to catch some crappie, using minnows and Popeyes with wax worms. We caught maybe a handful of crappie, and the rest of it was all catfish. And it was pretty fun. But on another note, they're a great setup. They're cheap. They're versatile. You can fish with them on bottom, top. You can use lures. You can't use real heavy lures. You know what I mean? But if you're pan fishing, bluegill fishing, you don't need a whole lot. You don't need a big lure anyways. Most you should be throwing probably for a bluegill is maybe a ½ ounce to 3/4 ounce. Spinner bait maybe if you got some really big bluegill, in your area or somewhere you're fishing, then I can completely understand throwing something about that size. I've thrown some pretty good size baits with lures with those poles. But yeah, they're pretty versatile and pretty good rod and reel. And then you've got the Ozark Trail spinning rod and reel combos. They're about $20. They're great rod and reels too. Really smooth reels. But you don't have to go out and spend $100, $200 on a rod and reel. Just don't do that right now. Wait and see if you're into this and see if you're really, if you're really interested, if you want to really go out. Now, if you think this is something that you're going to be interested in for a long time, and after you get better, then by all means, yeah, later on. But there's many types of rod. There's medium, there's light action. You got fast tips, you got slow tips. There's a whole different can of worms there, but we're not going to get into that today. But yeah, that's what I would suggest. I would suggest going to Walmart, which is a cheap rod and spinning reel combo, and just start there. So yeah. Alrighty, on to the next rod and reel setup I would suggest to y'all if you're a beginner. I would suggest just a plain simple spin cast. Now there is, whatever you do not buy the cheap Zebco 202s and stuff like that. Somebody will be on here like, oh, I've got one, I've got a 50-pound fish on it. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, 1 in a million that reel is still going right now. Okay, 1 in a million. The newer Zebco 202s and 404s, don't buy those. They're trash. I've bought them throughout the years for my kids, and they never last more than a season. And we don't fish. The kids don't fish real heavy, but to withstand a kid dropping them or throwing them, not taking real grip, they don't last long. They're not worth it. Just pass it on up. If it has to be a Zebco, also don't get the Zebco slingshots, the spin casts. Do not get those. The spinning reels and rods, fine, perfect, nothing wrong with them. Now the spin casts, don't. They're cheap. They're plastic. They're a cheap reel. Yes, they're cheap, but they don't last. If you want something you go out here and just bang and rip gills all day, rip their lips off, then I suggest going up to at least a Zebco 33, at least a Zebco 33 combo, a Zebco 33 micro combo. Just make sure that rod is 5'6" to 7 foot. Typically, Zebco doesn't put out anything over 7 foot on a spin cast unless you upgrade the rod yourself. But again, I would straight up go to a Zebco 33, something Zebco 33, or I'm trying to think of another brand that you can get on Amazon. Sometimes Amazon has some real good deals on spin cast. But to me, if you was going to Walmart picking out a rod and reel, just go get you a Zebco 33 for a spin cast. You spend a little bit more, but you get a lot better reel. The line on those, make sure you take that line off. Most of them are pre-spooled with 10 to 12 pound line. Why? I don't know. But I just feel like that's overkill, and I just feel like the line that comes on those are not the greatest. I would yank that off and try some Tri-Link XL monofilament 4 to 6 pound line. I say 6 pound because the drag system on those are not the best. And by the time you're trying to get, if you do hook into something good, I've learned it from experience. I can post a video up if y'all want to see it with me using a Zebco 33. By the time I'm going to set my drag, it's too late. They done broke the line. I had the drag set, but their drag systems on the 33s and the spin casts are not as good as the spinning reels. The spinning reels have a lot better smooth and better operation drag system than the spin cast. But to me personally, if I was going to buy a spin cast from Walmart or anywhere, start with a 33. Just buy the whole combo. They're $29, $39. They're pretty versatile. Just make sure you check your action. I'm pretty sure they're all light action. Every blue moon you may run into one that says a light action on it. They're typically 5'6" to 6'6", but very rarely are they ever over 6'6" in that combo. Alrighty, let's say you're not interested in either one of them and you want to go old school. Yes, old school. What does old school mean? I mean by a drum roll, cane pole. Cane pole, yes. Cane pole. Yeah, Walmart sells cane poles. Very. There's like a big selection now of them. You've got all types of them. Just pick one and go. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Let's start off with the old school bamboo. They're pretty fun. The line they come with in the package, chuck it, throw it away. Get you some different line. Get you some. For my preference on the bamboo, they're made by really, Roscoe, really. All right, now that my dog's done barking, whatever. But anyways, I would get the bamboo cane pole. Now this is just for going around the banks, catching some bluegill and having some fun. Now, if that's what you want to do, I would start up with the bamboo. They do have some that's called Black Widows. They are a pretty interesting setup. They go all the way up to like 12 feet. I'm actually interested in getting some from the European market and doing some. They got them up to like 44 feet. You imagine that? But you got to have a special roller and everything. That's something different. That's down the road. We're not going to talk about that right now. We're talking about the normal Joe old cane poles that you can buy from Walmart. That's wrapped in plastic. I think they're made by B&M or HT Enterprises. I'm not sure. But mine's HE Enterprise. I've had mine for a couple years. It's been good. I've had a lot of fun with it. The line that comes with it, chuck it, get rid of it. Go to I have 6 pound monofilament Trilene on it. It's done pretty well. It gives enough stretch. If it's a little bit bigger fish, it won't snap the bamboo or nothing like that. I'm sorry. I should have brought all my setups in and showed y'all here. I'm sorry. I'm just going to do pictures here up top. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Done moving. I'm almost done. Just still unpacking. Yeah, it's been fun. But anyways, yeah, get a bamboo. Get a bamboo. We'll get into the different types of materials for cane poles later. But if you want to go old school, get a bamboo. Get a bamboo. 6 pound. I know I'm just rambling on now, but yeah, that's old school there. Um, yeah, a lot of fun. But I'm gonna end this here. I know it might be kind of long, kind of short, and it's gonna be kind of in between. I'm sorry, my camera keeps focusing in and out, in and out. I'm sorry for that. I've turned it off. It still does it. I don't know why. But we're getting so close to going out and catching some fish. The weather, we've got flooding right now. We've had 60, 70 mile an hour winds. It's just no type of fish. It's just nasty. It's nasty right now. We're so close. We got 1 or 2 more videos here I want to cover with equipment. Maybe do some different types of stuff you can do to keep your worms cool, or stuff you may need to clean your bluegill, or type of hooks. If y'all are interested in that, just let me know. Comment below. If you stay here this long, comment below. Let me know your favorite setup. Give me a like, share. You don't have to share. You don't have to like. Just watch it. Learn something. Teach me something. I'm open. I'm open to learning. You can never teach an old dog new tricks, unless they're blind or deaf. Then that's a different story. But I'm gonna end this video here, and hopefully soon we'll be out on the bank catching us some panfish, chasing some big bluegill. I got a lot of fun stuff coming up, and I got my truck set up for some camping and fishing trips. So, and if y'all are interested in that, let me know, and I'll give you a walk around on that. But until next time, I'll catch y'all later. Bye, y'all.